Hey everybody, how you doing? This is True Power is Mine. This is TPIM SR Live. Today's date, June 18th, 2019, the year of our Lord. My friends, my fellow citizens, fellow humans, while you were sleeping, what's been going on? Facebook unveils the most dangerous form of surveillance yet, launch of cryptocurrency. And Trump vows to deport millions starting next week. ICE blitz. Isn't that funny? The words they choose. Blitz. And don't forget, my friends, we're still in a state of emergency. So before you go running off to grab your pitchforks or whatever, you might want to keep that in mind. You know, people have been warning us and warning us. Playtime's about over. And it is. No one's out there yet in the chat room, swimming in the chat. But the thing is, okay, what I want to talk about today is why, with all the information, all the history, we still can't seem to get it right. I mean, we already seen time and time again. Hold on, I gotta get this in frame, man. I can't dig this. I want that whole headline. Why can we not get it right? I guess some would argue it is right. What's up, reasonable dude? Good day to you, brother. And brother Bird, brother David, welcome to the show. I'm trying to get this damn frame in, this picture. I mean, I got all this. This is too much of a headline, for real. I guess I just have to shrink the whole damn page. Or did I get it, Trump? Yeah, no, I'm missing the D. There, we'll do it like that. I want that whole frame up there. Isn't it funny? The other month he was talking about releasing all these aliens, as he calls them. I call them human beings, but releasing all these aliens into sanctuary cities. And now he's talking about pulling them out. What's up, DJ? Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. You know, I'm glad that the outcry over the tanker was loud enough to be heard. You know, I mean, seriously, come on. That was really jinky, Al. I appreciate the Mark from Anaheim show. Brother, you know, I just wrote Mark today on Facebook after I got finished meditating this morning. And I told him thank you. Seriously, I told him thank you for the effect that he's had on people. He has had a very positive effect because don't forget, guys, once again, if he was, what would have happened to the situation if Mark would have been another like TJ Blake or another Al Sharpton, another, just someone just using their deal to get all this cash, using their I guess just the way that they articulate themselves, because he doesn't share state secrets. He's only sharing things that's all out there in the news. Everything he says is documentable. And all you really got to do is like, okay, just go to St. Louis like St. Louis Post-Dispatch or the Washington Times or whoever, find the article, do basic research from there. And you're like, oh man, this is real. Yeah. There really are some things that are really out here that are really shady. All right. Is 45 doing some more saber rattling again? Mr. Wilson, Paul Wilson, welcome to the show. Ask for a friend. Well, I think he's really doing as far as Facebook, world government and corporations are trying to get off the dollar before it crashes. Stop it, reasonable dude. We ain't gonna have no dollar talk around here. We believe in the American dollar. Good men and women fought and died for that dollar. That dollar stained with the blood of patriots. But it's printed by a federal corporation, or a private corporation, rather, not a federal. It would imply it's federal. And that is sad. Of all the brothers and sisters that died, and children too, died for this nation and what it's supposed to be about. But yet it has been perverted and subverted by dollars, just by dollars, because dollars, whoever controls the dollars controls the nation. That's just facts. I wish it weren't, but that's just the facts. The fact is, ever since 1913, this country has been controlled by a centralized bank that is not really behooven to the federal government. It's its own entity. So, for real, for all you people who don't understand or don't really see it yet, 1913 was the year the South rose again and conquered the United States financially. By the way, prior to the Civil War, most of your millionaires and big bucks people would have come from the South. And most of the Northerners have had Southerners, family members, that was their bankers. Let that sink in. I know it burns, it bites a little bit. But that's why we're at the situation we're at. And don't forget, Trump already warned us, if he's not reelected, it's going to crash. Hello, Brother Murder. Welcome to the show. So, really, when they have the knife up here, hopefully y'all can see that. That lets you know what time it is, man. You know, pictures in black and white. Once again, I already told you the method. They're trying to put the dog in your head for anti-Asian propaganda coming. The Rock, what's he all about? You smell what he got cooking now? The Rock. I wasn't going to conform to Hollywood. Well, I don't know about that. Hold on. The Rock wearing a dress. Let's see how much he conformed or not. Because I don't think I remember The Rock wearing a dress in a movie. And that would mean a lot. Like Kevin, is that Kevin Hart wearing a dress? Oh, damn, that is Kevin Hart wearing a dress, isn't it? No wonder he's Mr. Comedy God right now. And I'm saying that being sarcastic. There's only one Most High. And he doesn't work for Hollywood. They both have kissed. See, this is what we were talking about the other day with Judge. This is why I love having Judge on the show. A real man that went to Hollywood, and Judge did not conform. Judge did not betray his sense of self. You know, Hollywood is it's only twisted now because you most of you guys know about it. Let's be real. Hollywood is only twisted now because we are aware of the Illuminati, or the Luciferians, the Satanists, the child exploitation, the women exploitation, minority character assassination. We're aware of this now. So therefore Hollywood is viewed rather negatively. But when you was a kid, before you were enlightened, you know that Hollywood was the end to the golden ticket. You want to be Willy Wonka. You want to go out there and slide, but you go out there instead of sliding down the chocolate river, someone slides up your Hershey Highway. Instead of going and getting, the ever gobstopper, you got to go on the casting couch and be a hobgobbler. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that everything we saw as children, young adults, was a fabrication. Even most of your documentaries, to some extent, involves a certain degree of acting, embellishment, or else nobody would watch this dreary shit. People know what life's about, man. Come on. We know what life's about. We know that you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But what should be basing your life isn't politics. What should be basing your life is the sense of morality of right and wrong that you know in your heart. And I'm calling everybody out, the whole 8 billion of us. We know what's right and wrong, guys. We know that these corporations, aka countries, nations, it's just pretendo for the most part. Now, there are some true zealots within each nations that will fight and die because of whatever reasons. There's a whole host of reasons, not just patriotism or some sort of economic gain these people are getting from said nation. But is that really going to better us as a people? Is that really going to better us as a species? Is that really going to help us get off this mud ball? I saw an article the other day. First woman to step foot on the moon. I'm like, well, never really even contemplated that. Who was the first female astronaut to surf and navigate the globe in outer space? Who was the first female astronaut, to go to the International Space Station? Who was she? Most of y'all don't even know the first black astronaut, Major Lawrence Henry. But that's history, right? And if we don't repeat history, we don't learn it, apparently. And that's the cycle. Now, I'm going to justify what Hollywood has done, especially to the image of the straight black male, because they don't really have a straight, strong black male character archetype. They really don't. Even who was that guy that was on the Spider-Man 3 movie, the Shocker guy? Man, I forget. I think it was Jamie Foxx. And he falls into a vat of electronic eels, right? And it turns him into Electric Man. I mean, this dude is basically, if he really applied himself, could be invincible. And the first thing he gets out of the vat, am I in trouble, boss? It's like, what the fuck? Why? Why do we have to have, you see the image of the guy with all the power, but yet he has a backbone akin to a plastic spork. Snap that motherfucker easily. And don't forget, everything in the movie, from the trash on the ground, except for maybe the clouds in the sky, is all scripted. It's all pre-planned. It's been rehearsed. And the problem with this is people are taking all movies as a form of document, even even when we talk in day to day, we use movies to show or give an analogy of certain situations. That's the power of Hollywood. Until we cut that power smooth off, it's going to continue. Why fix a broken wheel if the car doesn't run? The problem is, and this is a huge problem, when you're slated for deletion, when you're basically slated for extermination, you have two options. One, you can exploit your own as you're going down the proverbial hole. Or two, you can band together to hatch some sort of escape plan. Because there's really not an option three where you band together in this glorious army and you rise up. Automation put an end to that, kids. Atomic bomb put an end to that. Weapons grade anthrax dampened that parade. But there is an option four. And this may be the hardest and most impossible and improbable option out there. And this requires one to use the power of subverting for their own personal benefit. What the homosexual community did was they were able to subvert government and law by getting agents of their agenda into positions of political power. Once these undercover agents were in said key positions, they were able to subvert their peers to go along with the program. Now the subversion has gotten so high that even the churches themselves are now unimmune, as if they were ever immune, unimmune of its effects. Meaning that you will have homosexual priests, you will have homosexual bishops, you will have homosexual leaders of certain denominations. And that in itself, from a scientific point of view, would be considered evolving. Because anything that stays static dies. These are not my words. I don't agree with them. But I do recognize them as being true. I don't agree with them in the sense that I want to see people destroyed. I don't want to see nobody destroyed. But you look at then this right here is the typical Hollywood stuff. There's The Rock right there. And there's the guy with the dress. Now, why would the algorithm put those two together side by side? Remember J.E. Hoover, also Shriner Masons, had a known affair with men. After a certain level, with the evil people on earth being gay, and gay activity isn't taboo anymore. Couldn't say it no better myself, Brother Murder. That comes from subversion. See, people often think grooming only occurs in children. Grooming occurs in grown folks as well. Now, we call it different things. Some people could call it, man, that dude was on his hustle. That brother was duped or whatever. But it all goes back to grooming. If some motherfucker, remember that movie by Aaron Russo, here, I'm doing the same thing, using Hollywood to illustrate a point. But Trading Places, Mortimer and his brother, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Now, that bathroom scene, I want to put it, and I'm just, please bear with me. All right. What we're going to do is a little scenario, and this is unscripted. I want to take you to the bathroom scene where Eddie Murphy has just got finished explaining how the drugs in his desk was planted by Dan Aykroyd. And he's sitting in the urine in a toilet stall smoking a joint. Well, the two gentlemen that put the whole thing together, Mortimer and his brother, comes in there. Now, what if it would have went down like this? Hey, Mortimer, you smell that pot? And they open up the deal and they see Eddie Murphy in there smoking a joint. And then the next thing you know, they pop off on some just straight up gay stuff. Now, do you think Eddie Murphy would have went along with it with those two old men knowing how, if he don't, he's going right back to that little, skateboard, acting like he's a disabled person? That's how they get people. They give them a taste of the good life. And then that's when they come in, I've done a lot for you, haven't I? Oh, yes, Monsignor. Remember when your uncle got into trouble? I took care. Yes, Monsignor. Well, I need something now. Yes, anything, Monsignor, anything. And then that's when the cricket ass smile comes across their face. And anything becomes a boo-foo. We got to understand people who worship death, people who worship destruction, people who worship enslavement. At the end of the day, all we're dealing with is master versus slave interaction. Now, you may call it, I'm going to the bank to get a loan. No, brother. No. You're a humble slave and you're going down to master to get credits so you can get what you think you need on the plantation. Because the plantation no longer has chains. We call that credit. The plantation no longer has cotton to pick. We call that a job. But the plantation is still just as brutal as it ever been in the dark, shadowy recessions of it. There's a lot of men right now getting raped, and they're not a part of the Me Too movement right now. And this is a terrible thing. Right now in Cincinnati, in a high-rise building, a male aide is being fondled by one of the partners of a law firm right this second. Right now, a young taxi driver is being accosted by the boss down there at the garage. And all this stuff is going underreported. You know why? Because it doesn't matter that we truly live in a culture of rape. Because everyone's willing to say, I want to be a capitalist because I want to be the one that's going to be raping people. Because that's what they're ultimately saying. I want to be rich so I can control and manipulate other people. That is a horrible, horrible thing to want to be. To manipulate and debase and subvert people just to control them. It's horrible. And whenever time you see one of these shootings, every time you see one of these poisonings, every time you see one of these nurses going around choking people out, you're seeing the byproduct of this artificial world. I may be bugging out. Yes. Yes, and this is the time to bug. Because the raid is coming, Brother David. Black flag is coming. Traps have been laid out. And nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to see. Who is this? J.J. Abrams. $500 million deal. Well, whatever. Nobody wants to understand the real ramifications of that right there. What happens, Brother Chris, Brother Albert, Brother Air, Brother David, Brother Murders, Brother DJ, Sister Barbara? What happens when this ice blitz comes knocking at you? Get out of here. Well, I'm American. Shut up, boy. You're going back to Nigeria. Get his ass out of there. Does the government ever implement any program 100% smoothly? Can you see the potential of people getting caught up in this who didn't have nothing to do with nothing? I got my papers. The Nazi who's given the go ahead on people of color. Yes, take years in some cases to deport certain people. Man, a blitz don't mean a year, brother. In football, when I say I'm going to blitz your team, am I blitz on the first count? Blitz, boom. We're going right in right now. Smash. You know what I'm saying? But now we open up a whole can of worms, didn't we, Yao? What about the poor mother out there whose son or daughter was killed by a drunk illegal driving down the street, hits the kid and runs away? Or the mother or father who has the son and daughter that got murdered by illegals? That's a hard can of worms to open up. And then what about the illegals who are good people by your definition, maybe not mine or the next man's, but by your definition, really good people, but they had to leave this great nation because they don't have their papers, quite literally. Brother murder. Any old drunk could have done that. Yes, but I'm just using what's always out there in the news, brother. This is an unscripted show. If I had money for fabulous writers and a bunch of fucking expensive set designers and all that good stuff, you know, it would have been a different thing. But it is what it is. Pat, you're a patriot, and to what? I'm a patriot to the ideal of freedom. I'm a patriot to the ideal of duty to family, duty to God, duty to self. I'm a believer not in so much an eye for an eye, right and wrong, but I'm a believer in forgiveness, reconciliation, and ascending to a higher level of actually thinking and carrying out the way you live. I recognize the sacrifices of all the men and women that died, and children too, for this particular nation that I'm dwelling in. I recognize them. And I believe by living as free as you possibly can, you honor them. We live in a republic that was forged in blood and anger and hate, but it had the promise of ownership and liberty. What's the name? The United States of America. That was the name on the paper. But I'm talking about the spirit of the nation, not the actual nation. United Corporation of America. You know it. Listen, I've never hidden the fact. And for those who are new to the show, I've never hidden the fact that this is the only country that I can live in legally. If I go to any other nation talking about living without acquiring a proper citizenship to that nation, I would be an illegal alien. Now, the laws let that happen. Almost got you. They almost. I feel like I'm in a Kung Fu movie. Tupac, who do you serve? Buddha's name be praised. You know, those Kung Fu movies fuck me up, man. But if you look at them as an analogy, they often have very great messages of duty, service to country, service to nation. Peace and blessing, love. Welcome to the show. Fine. You're a nice melting glacier to the coast, international waters. That's not funny. That's not funny, brother murders. There's going to be a lot of people floating down the creeks here once this extra water that's being melt by the glaciers in Antarctica and Greenland is incorporated into our natural weather patterns. It's going to be very wet, and we need the water, yeah. We need the water. That's why the desert's turning green. We need more terraforming. Excuse me, I'm not making up words here as I go. We need more terraforming of this planet to suit our needs. I was just talking to my wife last night, and she's a big, I guess, animal rights type gal. But the point is, we don't need bears and wolves and fucking bald eagles per se back in the eco biosphere again. I know that sounds horrible, but when you think about it, the world's gonna blow up and end anyhow. We need to make this spaceship the way that we need this spaceship to be, without mosquitoes, without ticks, without vermin and pests. And I'm all about subduing the land. I know that sounds kind of bad, but think about it for 1 second. When you subdue the land, you take control of it. Now the kids can run and play without predators eating their ass up. That's not a bad thing. If you want to roam, you got to build a Rome. Rome just doesn't, and I'm not saying the sexual Rome. Now, I'm not talking about the evil Rome. I'm talking about the concept of building a city for humans to dwell in. That's where we got it all messed up, y'all. That's what the chemtrails are for. Stop. I'm not lying, man. We were outside. Me, my wife, and the daughter, my baby, was outside, and I had looked up, and I saw them. It was that night they were spraying, y'all. They were spraying the juice. Well, I go, that's some bullshit. And the little baby, bless her heart, she goes, that's bullshit. And her mom goes, what? I was like, don't get on to that, baby. Look, this is just as much her world as it is ours. This is bullshit. We're literally underneath this cloud of aluminum, barium, and all these other little M's. If they don't kill you with the isms, they're definitely going to kill your ass with the M's. You know what I mean? The situation is dire as far as the chemtrails are concerned. I don't really want to talk about that because I don't really want to be deplatformed. It's bad enough I get demonetized every time I turn around. And influence, welcome to the show, bro. If you don't believe me, and I'm going to share this with you guys because that's just who I am. Most people don't ever share the behind the scenes action. Magnesium. Yeah, they'll get you with the the knees, like the Chinese, Japanese, manganese. Hold on. We did something magical. We got some killer watch time minutes, but I want to show you the videos. And for those who were live with me on these shows, you know that these shows, I had no copyright images where they were just chit chat and we were just talking. All right. Hold on. Let's go to the live bit. I might have to expand this out, so I won't be able to really see the chat room. But this is important. Okay, there. This is what I want to get to. All right. Live chat. I'm going to have to request this be monetized because I didn't say the F word. I didn't even talk about anything bad yet. Oh my God. I have to, the Judge Joe Brown Father's Day, I got to request it not, to be monetized as well. This one, I had to, another Father's Day special. I had to ask YouTube, please, monitorize that. But if you see this, hopefully you guys can. All right. Look at this shit right here. This is this bud's for you. All right. It was an in-depth analysis of a commercial. All right. That's totally copyright. Just X that out your memory for real. I really should delete it. My Jaja Ali video, confirmed by YouTube, inappropriate. Fecal transplant documentary, life-saving information, confirmed, not worthy. Now, even Sister Kanya, she's just talking about liberation. She's talking good stuff, positive. That is X. Oh my God, the Carl Nelson show. I got it. Man, somebody has just really gone the extra mile, haven't they? In my Dr. Dana Fox video, protecting women's rights, not suitable by YouTube standards. Oh, but this is emergency transmission. That's cool. They added 3 trillion debts. Not cool by YouTube. Her choice. Not cool by YouTube. Brother Lance Scurv. Not cool by YouTube. And I forget. I was talking about what does it mean to be a U.S. citizen? Not cool by YouTube. But Matilda Haywood, that's cool. And then I got another heart. Oh, so in other words, they can use this and they can make money off the ads. I thought that red stripe meant something way worse. But as you can see, the list just kind of goes on, And these are Dr. Randy Short. Dr. Randy Short. So basically, I don't know what it is, but whenever I do a live show, it almost seems like just automatically off the bat, I'm going to get demonetized. So that's why it's been a challenge for me lately. That's why I'm trying to clean up the show. I mean, it's not like the show was the dredge of the barrel anyhow. We very seldom cuss. And when we do, we cuss in context. We just don't cuss just to be cussing. So, yeah. But that's why I say thank you to all the viewers. Seriously, thank you. There's a lot of good videos, and I will try to redo Alton Maddox and Judge Joe Brown. But we'll try to do it in the format of a brand new video. We got a brand new microphone here. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the new sound, which I am totally digging. I'm totally thankful. Totally thankful for the Father to have such noble servants down here to help. Because we all serve in our own way. Whether you want to accept this fact or not, we all serve the Most High in our own way. So, that being said, I did have a phone call last night from Dr. Short. So, honestly, he might be up by now. Do you guys want me to call Dr. Short and see if he can, it should be safe to bring him on. I'm sure the powers that be. Hold on. Let me hold on. Oh, he's asleep. He's asleep. I'm sure of it. He has weird hours. The doctor has weird hours. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh my God, I have so many. Oh my God! All right. Well, I will get with him later. I would definitely get with him later, and I need to call Sophia up too. So. All right. I'm trying to because I don't know what it is, y'all. I have now. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to take a 5-second break. Now, there was a couple of videos, or I think I already shared that with you guys. Seriously. Oh, no, I want to give the breakdown real quick. This is for everybody who's visually impaired. I want to give you a channel breakdown because I know there are some visually impaired people that watch the program. So this is for Yao. Come on. This beta YouTube, since you're monitoring the show, look how slow it takes your beta deal to pop up. Anyhow, that didn't really sound too cool, but whatever. We have currently 2,812 subscribers. Thank you. 1.2 million watch time minutes for the past 28 days, 48,000 views for the past 28 days, and the revenue for the channel is $151.40 for the past 28 days. Thank you. The top videos, the past 48 hours. Mark from Anaheim, Carl Nelson Show, 3,000 views. Judge Joe Brown, guest on TPIM, 1,000 views. New Mark from Anaheim on Carl Nelson, 200 views. And I don't know. I don't want to go all the way there. But that's the breakdown of the channel, yeah. Where you are seeing channel growth still. And it's all because of you guys sharing these programs. Thank you. You know, but now I want to go and I want to expose you guys to other brothers who are out here doing the thing. We have basically, I like to keep it simple. We got brother Airteeth, brother Nick, Area 51, brother T Will. I use brother. Oh my gosh, so many. Hold on. We're gonna go here. I just need to jump to his channel real quick. I don't even think I have on speakers. I don't even have on speakers. Okay. Now, cloud seeding. Tell me if you guys can hear the audio. I don't know.
Like my Star family, this is just a quick sky update, weather update. All day today, it's been gloomy, gray skies. It's now raining, but it's also kind of foggy towards the river, towards this area where I'm at right now. You see the fog rising up and stuff. Like I said, it's been weird weather. Yesterday it was completely blue skies, and I told you what was going to happen. They're planning this rain. This has all just been pre-planned. Once they start spraying, then everything takes effect. So they know when it's going to rain, and they know when it's going to be hot. They choose when they got the power to turn the thermostat up or turn it down. So like I said, this is all just a simulation. We can get through this. This is all just mind tricks, psychological warfare, but it's all bullshit because we don't fold, we don't break under pressure. This is all just mind control, mind tricks.
Hold on. I want to show you guys this video. It's from yesterday. And that can't be copyright.
Hey everybody, this is me. Fire's mine. I just want to show you the clouds. This is a big storm cloud. You might see that little plane
I can see it a little bit.
Look at this storm cloud right now.
Oh, that was.
There's the sun, the beautiful sun. But look at this. Look at all that cat. And
Yeah, it was a hell of a storm too.
you can probably hear it in the background. Oh, this is going to be an epic storm. You can see, you can tell. We walk up the street here.
Oh, that's such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, look at that. You can see the change in the green down there on the trees.
Yeah.
This is just wow.
But that was the very next day.
Skywatch, rather.
That was the very next day. Hey, brother Air. Hold on. Hopefully you got another. We're going to check out your channel as well. You know, I'm telling you, brother Al, it's them cloud seeding. Cloud seeding. Oh, this is hold on. See, I don't be getting notifications right at all, man. I don't get hardly no notifications. Hold on, man. That picture of the Rock isn't one of
this stuff. But we'll fight through this piece of the light, my car family. This is gonna be very, very quick video. I'm not trying to be out here all this shit, but
hold on. I'm trying to. This is what happens when you have no budget for. Yeah, just have no budget. Hold on. This brother. Wait, I know this is weird. I know I saved that one to community. Hold on. All right. Hold on, brother. Let me go to.
I know the top back somewhere. Yeah. Roof blow. Reckless. Keep shining. Worldwide. Don't it feel good when you're good? What you do smell rare. Everywhere keep it moving down. Moving drop.
How's the audio?
X factor to the music for the bricks. Building steel torn. Lift a hit on in Harrisburg. Liquor miss in Louisville. Bay Roof in Bloomington, Columbus in Evansville. Rhinestones in San Antonio. Spleens in Killeen. And B-52s. Hammer time in Germany. New Indiana scrambling. Off the blocks of open green. Under par on this horse. Teeth the bull with equal wings. Arms pulling. Change of breeze. Long change of copper. Plea enough. And the drop of fleet. Great game. Crowning kings. Turtles can't keep a sharp timing. So they swim in quicksand with a rabbit's foot. Rhyming devilish work on their face. But they brain straight crying. Can't hide their mistakes. And live life blindly. Make up for a pig. It's a once around the touch and taste. But righteous still flambe. Russell flood and base. Feed trees to their wolves who flush the waste. Already got their kicking stick for one way. So don't it feel good when you're good? What you doing smell rare. Air everywhere. Keep it moving. Done. Proof. Triangle. Circle. Square.
Sister CJ, welcome to the show.
Footprints. Building still torn. Don't it feel good when you're good? What you doing smell rare. Air everywhere. Keep it moving. Done. Proof. Triangle. Circle. Square. It's the X factor. You can teach. Music footprints. Building still torn. Flow through sewage fluid with no goggles. Turbo boosting toes mashing on the bottles. I know you're skinny G screaming in the bottle. Them tarot cards written something wicked coming. Flow through sewage fluid with no goggles. Turbo boosting with my toes being mashing bottles. I know you're skinny G screaming in the bottle. Them tarot cards read something wicked coming. Soldiers talk, they wanna kill the messenger. But Paul Revere over here, keep his weapons up. Hate the hardest, but ice cold from granite dust. Think you smarter, teach your lessons so that we should tough. Or give me that, then get back to every blessing plush. Saving this lane, cross train, most stamina. Chopping the wings, legs, thighs, and breasts that cluck. Never planned to be the man in this truck. Teeth feast, Jagger Lang had your team. Took enough cornbread, now cake supreme. Karma said, go ahead, destiny gon' lead. Took you from a landfill. Smell me shift the speeds. Here, I know how hell feel till I rest in peace. Never let go of intangibles. Examples the force from the dark side. Ethical on my course. Mouth walking scenarios. Riding my horse. Don't it feel good when you're good at what you're doing? Smell it rare everywhere. Keep it moving, done, proving, try. Angle circle square. It's the X factor. You did music footprints. Building still tuned. Don't it feel good when you're good at what you're doing? Smell it rare everywhere. Keep it moving, done, proving, try. Angle circle square. It's the X factor. You did music footprints. Building still tuned. Hey.
I forgot I had subwoofers.
Culture. On Redemption Road. Salutes. It ain't about where you at. It ain't about what you is.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. Real talent.
Can your feet float happy? Can you juxtaposition yourself from your worst side? Deep.
Right on. See, I like bringing different shit. On this show, you get it all. We get eye in the sky, we get music, we get politics, we get UFO talk. I reached out to the nation, but we haven't gotten Islam yet, Vincent. Well, we have gotten Islam. I'll take that back. Well, I haven't had members from the nation, but I've had Brother Abdullah on. So, Pat, what's your nationality? Human. I'm of the human nation. We transcend time and space. We are descendants of the Most High. And yes, I am the nation of human. No, Pat, is I'm talking about the Nation of Islam. I've reached out to him. I've reached out to the main temple in Chicago, and I called the number the gentleman got, but I just only got the voicemail. I would love to have people from the nation on. I wouldn't mind. Also, I would like to have people from the Indian, like the indigenous tribes, you know, the actual chiefs and them. I would love to have them on as well. Because without communication, without conversations, we will never progress. David, I self-law am master. Dig it. Wow. I do dig that. Islam is a way of life, my brother, and not a religion. Abdullah Bey, you already know. You know, Brother Vincent, I'm respectful of all peoples who sincerely want to be righteous, who sincerely want to uplift humanity. Now, a lot of that has been perverted by people who claim to be something, but when you look at their actions, you know they're not. By people who claim to be righteous, but when they get off the TV there, you see them over there at the strip club. Not saying that you can't go in there and testify to a stripper. I'm not saying that. But if you're going in there getting drinks and lap dances and private dances, I don't think you're testifying to anything but greed and this corporate society that we're living in that grooms people using money. Human, first mistake, claim the creator or architect of all this. Anything to be made in this. You're right. They all the hijack Luciferian. Yes, working hard on this pup. Listen, if you do not believe that there is a force of people, a cabal of people, a group of people, Illuminati of people that commune and meditate, focus on the devil, focus on Satan, focus on Lucifer. And from their point of view, Lucifer's cool and the tenets of destroying people and harming people. Well, they don't even see nothing bad with that because that's what these people have coming because they're ignorant. People like that use people who have no knowledge, people who have no understanding as puppets and as playthings. Those are the people who are really evil. Those are the people who are truly detrimental to this whole planet. And those are the people who are continuing this hell on earth. No graven image. That's funny that Brother Air says that because look at here. 7 months ago, what image was floating around all over the place? The image of white Jesus. There should be no image of no Jesus. There should be no image of nobody like that. The reason why, you got to understand this. Let's say that we had an image of God himself, because we are made in his image, so we can assume that he does look like us to a certain degree. Let's say that this image of God was chiseled out 2,000 years ago and it looked just like Donald J. Trump. The bad thing about that, we all know that, Donald Trump is just a man. He's not God. But because of this image of him, anybody that looks like him, automatically we're going to be like associating them with, if not him, but maybe kin to him. And because they look so radically different than yourself, that drives you farther away from God. You're like, well, if this is what God looks like, and this is what this cat looks like, and I don't look like this cat, then therefore I'm farther away from God than this cat. Which that whole mindset is totally false. God is in you. God written things upon your heart. That's why you intuitively know right from wrong. Now, you use books and religious manuscripts and dogma as a complement to this natural knowledge that you should have in your heart. And unfortunately, my friend, if you can hear me and you don't understand what I'm saying, you don't understand that you already have the word in your heart, chances are it's not there. And then we have to refer to the story. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but you probably need to refer to the story of the wheat and tare. There's some people that looks like us, act like us, dance like us, party like us, but they're not us. So we have to always be vigilant that we don't follow wrong teachings. We don't follow wrong men and women down the path of destruction. Me, myself, if you don't have nothing you're willing to sacrifice for, seriously, brothers and sisters, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice in this life. And I really mean sacrifice, not your children, not yourself, not no meat, not no animal, not no fruit, none of that. I'm talking about sacrificing your time, sacrificing maybe your ambitions to fulfill a true purposeful need. I was talking to a young the other day about this business thing, right? Little brother's very, snappy about it. But the reality is not everyone's going to be a billionaire or a millionaire or a trillionaire or whatever heir. Some people don't have no heir coming or inheritance or any of that. So therefore, you have to truly examine your life. Critical think your options. Critical think your true maximum potential. And if it doesn't measure up, don't get upset, brother or sister. Don't get saddened. Don't get depressed. Then realize all the energy and effort you would have put into that thing, you can now use that energy, effort to do something that would absolutely cheer you up on a bad day. And that is to help out another brother and sister in need. Help out a child or an elderly in need. if you're not going to be the king of the castle, it doesn't hurt to sweep up the front foyer. You ain't talking to me, Pat. I'm inherited. David, I already I know exactly what you're saying. All right. I know what you're saying. You're going by the law. We are going to overcome not by force of arms, but by power of spirit, by power of conversion, and by power of getting them who are against us to do right by us. Now, this is about an hour long. I have to make right on the dot. I'm getting good at this hour bit, man. I didn't even look at no clocks, y'all. It's just like natural. I'm like a fish in water with this now. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you all, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Brother Air, for allowing me to play your audio, your video. Thank you, brother, for sharing that. I want to say, Rock, I wish the best for you. The dude in the dress, I don't even know who you are, dude. Never heard of you before, and it's pretty sad what you're about. But as always, y'all, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. Brothers and sisters, please, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace and power. I'm out.